Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with some Master League. I believe this is episode, I don't even have a bloody clue what episode it is. 14, I think. 14 episodes in this Master League. That's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, there's only like 7 games left in this season, so I'm probably going to end up just finding out like what happens, probably before you do anyway. So, with this particular game against West Ham United, of course, we only have like 5 or 6 games left in the Premier League. I think it's 5 games left in the Premier League, which is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, after the end of the last episode, finishing we're top 4, probably going to finish top 4, but at the current moment, we're actually 4 points clear of Manchester United at the top of the table. So anything could happen in the by the end of this season. It'll probably end up, the next episode will probably end up being the season 1 finale, and then I'll be on to the next season. Regardless of what happens, I'm still going to stay at Southampton. I'll probably pick an international job. Don't really care which one, but anyway, first game of this episode is against West Ham. Of course, there's no FA Cup matches anymore. We're into the final anyway, so we'll be facing off in the final, probably in the next episode, against Manchester City. But in the first minutes of this match, as we just have a nice little bit of possession play here with Gio Rodriguez down this left hand side, I did a little bit of stupid skill and the ball goes out of play. So in this, literally from that opportunity, you know, we get through on goal with Risky, and fortunately for me, as you saw there, I was about to throw the ball straight to his foot, but I actually just pressed X again, cancelled it. It was a nice little bit of play. But in the literally 11th minute of the match here, Graziano Pella doing what he has done all goddamn season and just pop it into the back of the net, regardless of his foot. He's just absolutely fantastic. That's probably the best word to describe Graziano Pella. It's not even his form, it's just in general. He's just a great player. But literally about 10 minutes after I scored the first goal, ended up running past Winston Reid and then pings it into the back of the net to score his second goal of the game within the first 20 minutes. And we hit form at the perfect time, and the loan signing of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was probably like the best thing I could possibly have done in this particular game, because it's just great. As we see Tadic here on the ball, trying to get past a couple of players, trying to get a shot away himself, can't get a shot away, and Gio Rodriguez's shot is really poor in the end. But it doesn't matter, because at half time it's 2-0 to Southampton. It's just like, yes, that's what you want. You want to be dominating teams, you want to be destroying them, but you don't want to be doing it too much in terms of then letting yourself quite open up at the back. As you can see, they've not even had a shot on target yet. Absolutely great. But coming to the 61st minute of the match here, as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain tries to get past Johansson, and eventually gets fouled by him, but the ball eventually comes to Graziano Pella, ends up getting a shot away, and this time, unfortunately for him, it ends up going just wide, so he can't get his hat-trick goal. But as you see there, Graziano Pella got absolutely fouled by whoever it was. Carl Jenkinson gets absolutely taken out by Gio Rodriguez, and I actually genuinely thought it was going to be a red card, because usually when this happens, it's usually a red card. But fortunately for me, it was a yellow card for basically my prized asset in Gio Rodriguez. This game, he was captain for whatever reason. I'm not even sure why. I think it's because I took Schneiderlin off because he was feeling a bit tired. But in the last minutes in the match here, Tadic here eventually gets the ball. I was trying to actually give it to Pella for him to score his hat-trick, but I didn't care. Like, to be honest, I was just waiting. As you see there, I'm not even moving the ball forward, moving forward with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, as I was celebrating too much, because I mean, winning the game 2-0 against West Ham is good, and it also means that we stop them from getting forward and all that sort of stuff. So Jack Cork must have either come on or played instead of Morgan Schneiderlin. But as you see there, he only had one shot in the second half, which was off target, hence I didn't really show you much of West Ham attacking. Of course, Graziano Pella, the man of the match. At the end of each of these games, I do show you the table because, I mean, it's relevant now. Of course, as you see, there were 23 points, not 23 points, we're 13 points clear of Chelsea and Manchester United, who are 3rd and 4th, and Liverpool are 5th with 64 points, so that makes us 17 points clear of Liverpool. Yeah, so basically we're more or less secured a Champions League spot, I think, because there's this game, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left in the season, 3 points each, 15 points. We can't go anywhere from we're going to end up finishing in the top 4, which is great, to be honest. But as you see there, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, when I got him on loan, was only rated 78. He's already rated 80, and I've only played him about 10 times, which is just great. That means that his trajectory is real, as he just sort of goes on to be like a minted player. But as you see here, this game against Tottenham was a big game. Like I said at the start of the last episode, I said that there were games which I had to win and hope to win. And one of those games was against Liverpool, which I ended up winning 5-3 quite comfortably. And another one of those games which I said was going to be against Tottenham and maybe Arsenal. Now the game against Tottenham here, I think I faced Arsenal in the game after. So it's quite a big thing, to be honest, to face these teams. Of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, an Arsenal loanee, so well, a Southampton loanee from Arsenal. So no, an Arsenal loanee at Southampton, yeah. So of course he's wanting to impress against in the North London derby, technically for him. So of course this game was a perfect opportunity for me to probably go forward in this game. It did not really work out as Soldado plays the Lamela throw and goal, and Lamela pops it in after 12 minutes, and we're down 1-0, and I was like, oh god, the worst is going to come, and we're going to end up getting knocked off the top spot. But about 2 or 3 minutes later, Tadic gets a shot away here. It's a really good save from Hugo Lloris. It comes out to Ryan Bertrand, who keeps the sort of possession, gives it to Morgan Schneiderlin, who ends up having a shot from about 30 yards. And again, like, all these opportunities were coming, and again, another good shot from Tadic again. And again, Lloris makes a very good save. So Lloris sort of keeping his side in the game here. But as we see here in the last minutes of the first half, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain runs down his left-hand side, down the right-hand side, gives it to Graziano Pella, who's about 2 yards out, and just as usual, he pops in the back of the net. Now that was a really fortunate goal for me to score, and it came at the perfect time, because of course, come to half-time, you always want to be as possibly in the best position as possible. If we went to half-time at 1-0 down, I would probably have expected the worst in the second half, but with this sort of logic, it's quite good. I mean, it allows us to capitalise on anything which Tottenham do wrong. As you see at the half-time stats, 50-50% in possession-wise, and everything else, it was really close. But literally about 5 minutes into the second half, we have a shot there with Graziano Pella, who probably should have maybe done a little bit better. But it doesn't really matter, because 66th minute on the clock here as Jay Rodriguez plays through Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. This time he takes the first touch, and this time Hugo Lloris can't do anything about it, as Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain hits it into the side netting from what could potentially be quite a difficult angle to actually score from. It's actually quite a nice little goal he scored there. But here we see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the ball, running past a couple of players, literally in the last minutes of the match before he gets a shot away, and it's fortunately for Tottenham, it's blocked. But if I'd scored that, I would have been like, best goal ever. But anyway, we won the game 2-1 against Tottenham, and again, I'll show you the table in like about 20 seconds time. But a big thing about this was winning a game against Tottenham. Tottenham are not an easy side to face. As we see there, we did have 21 shots and 12 on target. We probably should have scored more than 2 goals. And of course, the man of the match went to, I think it was Chamberlain, but no, it was Pella. But to be honest, Hugo Lloris probably deserved it, considering that it was a 7. It was like, he got rated 7. But as you see there, we ended up winning because we won that match. Man United must have drawn, because now we're 6 points clear of them, and it's just like, oh my god, this could potentially be a reality of us going on to win the title. Now, to win the title, we have to, let's see, if we're 6 points clear now, there's 4 games left. They'd have to lose a game, and we'd have to win like 2 games, and we'd win the title. So, going into this game against Sunderland, and of course Sunderland being one of those sides which you can probably easily beat quite comfortably, I was sceptical of my play, because of course going against someone like Sunderland, not too difficult, but you never know with these sort of teams that something might happen and you might lose the game. It's weird. Sometimes stuff like that happens. So of course, playing our strongest team like Jay Rodriguez, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Graziano Pella, going up against the former legend of the Marcus Mafia, Stephen Fletcher. And I mean, I just, like, I wasn't panicking. I was sort of calm, and I was quite focused on winning at this particular game. But as we see here, it came to the half-time mark and it was 0-0. And I was like, oh god, like, no, I don't want to lose a game against Sunderland. I don't want to draw against them. And I know I'm 6 points clear and everything, but we're still coming down to the point where it's going to get very close at the end. I think this is the 4th last game of the season, so there's only 3 games after this, so potentially Man United could still catch us if we didn't win like the games which we needed to win. Coming to the 56th minute of the match here, as Piliqueta gives the ball to Jay Rodriguez really far next to the touchline. He ends up running past co-players, crosses it back in. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the small, diminutive man that he is, jumps up into the air and heads it past, I think it was Vito Manone, in goal, which is just insane. So Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, being the lone signing that he is, has scored so many goals this season, which potentially, like, without him, I don't think I'd have came anywhere near winning the title, which is just crazy. And As we see here, this is in the 87th minute after me getting a yellow card in like about 10 minutes before this. Get a second yellow card with Nathaniel Klein and he gets sent off. And I was a bit frustrated because it was like, oh god, I don't want to be doing stuff like this. But I brought in Shane Long, of course, who has a point to prove, considering that he's been taken out of the team because of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And he ends up scoring a nice goal. So Shane Long could potentially be like a hero, a saviour, maybe, I don't even know. But of course, this is the last game of this particular episode, so I will show you the table at the end of this episode as usual, and I'll be able to tell you if I can potentially win the league in the first or second game of the next episode. It all sort of depends on that sort of logic and how the table looks like after the end of this game. But as you see here, Joel Campbell, who'd come in as a substitute, also ends up scoring a goal. Another player who sort of deserves some sort of time in the team in general, considering that he's on loan as well. But I actually have the option to buy him compared to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who I don't actually have the option to buy. Of course, Jose Font also played in this game, which is a bit weird, probably because Gardos was not playing, because that's how he always is. But as you see there, 3-0 win against Sunderland. Very good game. Jose Font actually got man of the match. A lot of players got a lot of 6.5 rating. Fraser Forrest didn't have much to do in the game, so I mean that's why he wasn't rated in any way. But as we see here, we are 8 points clear of Manchester United with 3 games left in the season. If I win the first game, well, my next game, whoever it is against, then I win the title. Now, a lot of you are probably going to be like, that's unrealistic. It's like, well, it's not my fault that Man United have completely collapsed and that I've just dominated. But then again, I don't have Champions League football, and neither do they, but they have a bigger squad than me, and they, of course, all this sort of stuff. And when it comes to me doing Champions League football, it's going to be quite difficult for me to actually have to do really good squad management. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, if you want to get the next episode as quick as possible, get this video to like 10 likes, and I'll upload the next one straight away. And the minute it hits 10 likes, it'll get the next video will go up, and you'll find out. I mean, you probably know exactly how it's going to happen. But yeah, so if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more. Get this video to 10 likes for the last episode to be uploaded straight away, and catch you later.